Alright, so recently I've been having this issue in my truck where the door handle is no longer working. So the handle moves, but something's loose inside here or something, and it is no longer able to open the door. So in order to actually open this door, you can't open it from the inside. You have to go outside and open it. This is annoying, so let's fix this.
Tanner, check Tanner, check Tanner, Tanner, check Tanner, check Tanner. Hello, this is Tanner Tech.
Okay, now it's time to remove the door handle. That's the first step, because this is the hardest one. So you want to get a rag under here, and you want to push it all the way in. There we go. And that pushes out this little clip right here. And this little clip allows this door handle to just completely slide off. And so just to make sure you don't lose the clip, you can just slide it back in there. There you go. Door handle is removed. Now it's time to use a drill to remove the screws. Oh, wrong way. Holding the door handle in. And holding this thing in. After those things are removed, you can take out this little door handle. You just gotta push it in. There you go. So that's out. You're then going to want to scoot this little rubber clip out of the way, so that way you can move this little knob. And this clip looks like this. Okay, so now after all these three parts are removed, we can start to remove this actual door thing. So to do that, we can look inside here, and there's going to be these little rubber grommet doohickeys. I want to pop those things out. This is one of the hard parts. As you can see, these are the little grommets you have to pop out. And sometimes they're a little bit of a pain to remove. There are a bunch of grommets underneath the door that you'll need to remove too. Oh, I also forgot. You need to pop this little plastic thing out from the corner. And you just do that pretty much by pushing your screwdriver in right here. And this should slide out just like that. So now this whole piece can be removed right here. This whole piece right here is just this little thing in between the window and the rest of the car. It holds the window kind of to the side so no water gets in. So we're going to want to finish removing all the grommets. Alright, there we go. With all the grommets removed, you can take off this whole entire door panel to see the inside. It's this plastic stuff. This is the panel. So we're just going to set this aside so we can start working on the door handle that won't open. As you can see, this whole entire thing is loose. You're then going to want to peel back some of this plastic. Now this plastic is just here to insulate the door from the inside so no water can leak in. So we're just going to have to peel this back. The rubber's kind of gummy. And so that way we can access here. As you can see, the reason why my door wasn't working is this whole metal rod was disconnected. This metal rod is what allows the door to open and close. Okay, so this is the door. If you look back here, in the place it's almost impossible to reach, see that little tiny rusted thing right there on the little lever? Well, that's what I need to hook this piece onto. And that's going to be a pain in the neck. So, let's try that. I may have to take off the camera while I do this. I don't have any depth perception with this thing. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I just have to slip that little orange thing onto it. And I'm going to take off the camera to do that. I need two hands. Okay, so this part right here was the part that I had to put back together. So this little rod had to be fit inside this little hole on the orange thing. And then I had to push this down to snap on it. Now I didn't even realize there was this hole right here to view inside. But that makes it a lot easier. So now, as you can see, whenever I move the handle rod, it moves the little door rod on there. This is another way of seeing it. You can see how the rod slides in there, and then the little plastic piece comes over it, so that way it locks in place. So now that the door works again, let's put all this stuff back together. You can start by sticking the plastic back, and since this is just like, I don't know what it is, but it should hold back together, as long as you just kind of press it a little bit. That's good. Okay, so now that that's back together, you can put on this bit. This is the piece that holds the door on. You're going to line up all the grommets first. Now that this piece is back on, you can slide this piece back on. You just slide it in the top like, kind of like this. You can then replace the door handle with the new and improved locking system. Well, not really improved, but new nonetheless. To do this, you'll have to get that little black thing down in there back on, so that way it attaches to the handle. Then you can just slide in the whole handle, like so, and then this handle should, new and improved handle should be good to go. Perfect. You can then go ahead and stick the little clip back on this thing. Don't put it in yet. Make sure the clip is facing upwards. As you can see, when the clip is, it needs to be pointing towards this way. And you can stick it back on there. So the door handle comes and goes up. And we can put this thing back on. Alright, so let's test this thing out. If you remember in the beginning of the video, if I closed the door, I couldn't unlock it or open it without reaching my hand outside and pulling the outside handle. This is annoying, but now I should be able to unlock it using this handle inside. Let's see. There we go. Easy as that. Works just like a charm. So, that is how you fix a door handle inside a Toyota Tacoma that's not working. There's really no broken parts. There's just this little tiny rod that came out of its place inside here, and so that made it so that way you couldn't actually use the handle to open it from the inside because the little connecting rod was disconnected, and so it couldn't do anything. But now that you have the connecting rod back in its designated place, you can use the handle just fine. So as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments.